is. Like, I appreciate people the way they do the shit the way they want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't feel like you gotta conform.
Okay. What's up, lovely people? It's your girl Ricki, and welcome to another episode of Becoming a ... podcast. It's a new year, new me, all that good stuff. I'm here becoming a better me, becoming more enlightened, more evolved, more what? I don't know. I really don't. I'm just trying to figure it out.
That's
just
becoming.
like you're trying to figure it out. Right?
That's what becoming is figuring it out.
And also, I'm being joined by, as you can see, I have a guest with me. His name is Tac. So you might as well just go ahead and introduce yourself, since you just gonna come cut in on my intro.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was a team effort.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
My bad. Okay, yes, I am the guest on the Becoming podcast. It's an honor to be here. My name is Tac. I am the owner and operator of Tac Life Productions. It's my production company, and we produce a lot of different things.
Like
weddings, small commercials, documentaries is the direction that we are headed in going forward. So that's going to be the all pretty much going forward. But everything that we shoot is like with a documentative feel. So we try to do the best we can to tell a good story with like everything. And when I say we, it's really just me and then whoever I can get to be on the crew. So it's like, I
understand that. I always say we, and I'm like, it's just me. I am we.
Have you seen, okay, let me fast forward real quick. Have you seen Insecure when she was like, hold on, let me put the such and such person on the phone? She was like, hello, it's have you seen that shit?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, that's me right there. I'm like, put my editor on the phone. Maybe the same person.
Look, let me tell you something. Insecure is life. Like, actually, let's take it back. Awkward Black Girl.
Oh, the web series, yeah.
Yes.
And I didn't learn about that until Insecure, so I had to go back and I'm bad about like knowing everything that's going on like live.
So I wasn't really that big into YouTube.
Okay.
Around when it first came out, everybody's still trying to learn what it is, what you do on there. So and that's when I got into film around like I graduated in 2011. So I was getting more into film around 2005 when I went to school and stuff for radio, TV broadcasting.
Okay.
And so that's how I found Issa Rae. Like, I was like, oh, she's doing a short film. Okay, let me see what this is about. And then I was like, I'm in my car and we're going to just film. I had an idea and I was like, I like it. Let's watch it. And I watched the whole series. And that's how I learned about, what's his name? Donald Glover, being a rapper when he was on there. Yeah, when he was on there.
Yeah, she was on. I forgot that she was on there.
But no, she was on her show on Awkward Black Girl.
Did not know that.
Yeah, so that's
I
how I
never
learned.
finished it. I only watched like that first. I tried to, and then how sometimes you can't really go back after you've seen certain things. It's like
yeah.
I mean,
I say go back and watch it because it's a good show.
Going back.
Go take it back in the day.
Way back.
Because you can appreciate how far she has come, like from Awkward Black Girl to Insecure to all these other shows that she has going on. It's just like I admire her and I want to work with her at the same time.
I mean, you already said it now. Now that you said it, you've spoken it into existence. So
I mean, I did get to be in the Zoom chat with her last year. Yeah, I'm in this girls screenwriters group on Facebook.
That's tight.
And they had this opportunity where you could be in on all the producers and people who did Insecure. And I was lucky enough to see that post, and I was like, sign me up. And I was like, she doesn't know who I am and she can't see me,
but I'm in here.
I'm in here. Like, I actually, like, I get to see Issa Rae.
In the group, in the chat,
man. So that was a dream come true. So, it's just, and she's on my vision board too.
Congratulations.
She was on my vision board. So that's one step closer to, working with Issa Rae.
Congratulations, man. I feel like you already won the Academy Award just by getting to know her. Is that like something that you aspire to do, is win awards and stuff like that for your films, or is it more just about creating the product?
So for me, I mean, we had this joke in film school that when we get our Oscar, we're gonna be like, hey, we're A certified, because we got an award. But I really want people just to enjoy what I put out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if people enjoy it, if I win an award or not, I just want the people to feel something from what I do. And nice. If they like it, that's what matters, Because a lot of people don't. It's so much political in all that stuff anyway. So I just like, if the people enjoy it, that's what matters. I mean, look at Tyler Perry. He done came a long way and people love it. And that's how he got to where he is now, because old Black ladies in church was bootlegging the hell out of his
plays and going to church on every show and shooting people. And I can't get this pistol because the Lord says so.
And Black women love church plays. Come on now. If you can't get the church people.
Yeah.
Come on now.
And it eventually took to the white folks too, man. They ended up loving it. Like,
exactly.
That's who was coming to the thing. Like, I used to work at the movie theater a lot of the part of my life. And that's all I really saw after a while. I'm not saying that Black folks wasn't coming, but it was definitely like a healthy mix of people that were in the theaters checking out his work.
Yeah,
they love Madea so much, so it's like,
they do, they love it. And look at him now. So I love looking at people like Issa and Tyler, coming from nothing into like
something,
blowing up. So I mean, so what do you aspire? What is your goal for this year for your production or being in the industry? What's your main goal for this year?
My main goal this year is to refine my craft to a point to where you do stuff so well that you can't get it wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it's just always right. It's always right to your acceptance level, and then just finally getting recognition and being known for like what I do. Because like you and I met on set working on a production. Like, that's the backstory behind us. And then, you told me about your show, and then now I'm here finally, and I made it. But like, so yes. But that show we worked on, it felt like you and I both weren't really getting noticed for our true talents, what we really could do. You know what I mean? Like, we were production assistants. That's cool. And then eventually I got moved into a different position, but it was like I had to keep putting myself around the folks that I wanted to be around. And that's kind of like the cool part about the film industry, is that you have to just showcase your ability with actions. Like, you say a couple little things if you're fortunate enough to even say anything. Because most of the time they're like, oh, great, you're going to be getting us coffee, and then you're just getting coffee for 6 weeks. And if you're not careful, that's all you'll be doing is getting coffee for 6 weeks. You got to find like a creative way to like say what you want to do and try not to be too overbearing. And then we had to deal with like hierarchy and people's family members and shit like that like had stuff, and we had to work through that. Like that's what I experienced personally. But it was cool. It just was what it was after a while. It was a good opportunity, but I can't say that that's the same area I want to be in as far as like production, like what I want to do.
Right.
Film. I want to do film and like maybe like television shows and like documentaries more than reality.
No, I feel you on that. I like to do every aspect of film just to see what I like. Do I like,
Yeah, that's what that
documentary? Do I
was.
like TV sitcom? Do I like reality? And that was my first big reality show.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, well, no, I've done a reality show before, but I was in a different position.
yeah.
And so that was different from this one going 24/7. And that one be like, okay, we're filming for 4 days. We take 2-day break and we come back and film the rest of the episode. So it was more like that instead of
I
doing.
like that better. I like the shoots where it's like a week, not 10 weeks. But if it was up to me, I would be behind the camera or by the camera, like AC or AC camera op or even DP. Like I want to be in that position.
Okay.
Instead of being like a PA, because PA is like cool, but it's like it's good for you to get on the set.
Yeah.
That way you can kind of see how stuff is being done, learn the different positions. That's what's really cool about it. But then it's like it gets old fast because you want more. You want more from yourself, unless that was your goal, was just to be a PA your whole life. I don't know too many people like that will just continue to just do that. And so like once you meet people, it's really important that you start networking once you get on a set ASAP, like texting people back and then letting them know what you can do. Sometimes even sending them your work if they'll be willing to look at it. But sometimes all you got to do is just send it, because there ain't nothing for them to forward it to somebody else that feels like messing with it, or they're looking for people that do stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, I talk to people on set, and of course we talk. That's how we met.
Yeah,
and well, you and you moved up not too long after that. So it's just, hey, what are you doing? For sure. Oh, and if that person will let you in, because it's all got to be if that person's willing
the gatekeeper,
to.
bro.
Yeah, and I hope, and there's some people that were willing to show me some things while I was on set. So I really appreciate that. You showed me a lot too, and I appreciate you for that. And then I love the crew because everybody was just like, especially as PAs, we was just like, hey, let's help each other out. Back. And we had a good time.
Yeah, we ended up, we had to have a good time. Shoot, it was getting a little crazy. Some of that stuff, I was like, bro, what's going on? Like,
I'll be gone for a day. I'll be like, ooh, y'all tell me what happened while I was gone.
And then like we had the little group chat thing, so you could could read what was happening, like whenever people would do stuff or whatever. Like, oh man, it was a time, man. It was a long 6 weeks.
Yeah, so it was fun though. Like when we had, when all of us was around each other, we just like, man, what's going on? You saw that? Be texting, okay, what up,
bruh? So sending pictures and stuff like, look at this. You see what they're doing over there? Look at this.
But that's one thing I love about being on certain sets, because this was my first time having that many Black people on a set.
This is true. I can now that part, yeah, that's for sure. It was so many of us.
I know, and that was because sometimes I remember when I got my first gig, I was the only Black person and the only Black female, because I hardly see any Black female PAs that, on certain things that I've been on. Like sometimes it'll be me, or sometimes it might be one other, but this is the most time like this, even productions coordinators. Oh my God. Like I was like, oh wow, this is the first time this has been this many Black people.
What would you say was your peak of that production?
I mean, they gave me more responsibility towards the end. I feel like, being able to drive cast around, trusting me to go drop off equipment and stuff like that. Yeah. So I was like, okay, they trust me, So I was like, okay. And, for me, I'm just like, I'm trying to learn everything. I'm just like, okay, what do you need me to do next? I'm the type of person like, I don't like to sit still. I got to keep moving.
Yeah, bro, you'll fall asleep. That's how it got to be for me after a while. Like some of the stuff they had me doing, I'm like you. Like, give me something that we're going to be actively working on. So that way, like I feel like my time is being better accounted for instead of just being here all day. Because it's like, if I would have just been here all day, I could have been back at the crib doing stuff. But the opportunity is everything though. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, I had fun, and just being behind the scene. And I've always been a behind the scenes kind of girl. Like
Yeah,
any film or TV show or something I watched, I'm like, I want to, they had the behind the scene. You remember when they had DVDs and you like behind the
yeah, bro.
scenes of it? That's
All the
all I
good
wanted to
stuff.
watch.
That's the best stuff. It's like how the story's being told.
Yes,
You
I
know,
love all of that. So I really appreciate all of that. So what do you what 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 is your ultimate goal? You want to have your production company, you want to come out with a whole film about a certain topic, anything like that?
one of my ultimate goals is to become like, you know, how kind of like how Christopher Nolan is known for being Christopher Nolan
Mhm.
and he has like signature movements that he does in his stuff.
Mhm.
I want to become like that, but with documentaries and telling stories.
Okay.
And get paid for them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like everything that I do, most of the things that I do generally get compensated. But I want to, like be able to take care of my family and stuff like that more realistically. Because I think that's a part of the industry that's not highlighted a lot, where they see us doing all these things and we're really not getting what some of us should deserve. And there's like probably like a little area with that, but I want to get paid for stuff and I want to be like happy about what I'm doing, but I want to be happy about what I'm doing before I get paid. You see what I'm saying? Like I want to
Yeah.
just instantly and then just select people to help bring this vision together. I just want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't really need to be famous for that. Like, but I want it to be that you can learn things from what I'm doing. And then like it helps you. And as long as it's moving people in a positive direction for themselves, that's what I want like all of my projects to look like. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is something that Tac Life did. This is great. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Make you feel good. And sometimes make you feel sad, but it moves you to learn about something. You know what I mean? Like everything is
Right.
not all sunshines and rainbows, but like, how can you make this dark cloud look good, man? Shoot.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, did you go to film school for this? Or
Uh,
are you I'm a YouTube and just life
YouTube University. No,
YouTube university or just life experience? Like how did you get into the film industry?
got into the film industry. Well, the backstory is my mom threw a disposable camera in my hand when I was a kid and told me to go take pictures of things that like spoke to me or whatever. So at that time it was landscapes, but then that turned into actually filming people doing things or people with landscapes and stuff like that. Film, how did I get connected into film? Watching them a lot as a child. I would watch tons of documentaries, but I just didn't know that that's what they were called. I just knew people's lives were being told about like who they were as a child, and then you kind of just follow them through their life to a certain point. And then film, like separate, like just like a movie versus a documentary. One of my favorite films is Twister. It had Bill Paxton in it, 1996.
I know that movie well.
Yeah, a movie about storm chasing. And I used to want to be a meteorologist at one point. So they had an amazing ability to tell the story behind the lives of people that chase storms, not just them chasing the storm, but that person as a person. So that spoke to the documentative side. And then the film aspect spoke to what the whole film was about, storm chasing, but then like family mixed with travel and all those kinds of things. So like I went to school, Alabama A&M University. I majored in communications with a concentration in production and TV and film. And I minored in well, the minor's not important. We're gonna move past that. But yeah, so technically, yes, I did go to school. I didn't go to film school, but we had like a film program where it was like detailed around giving you a good start. And then if you wanted to go back to school for film school after that, you could. I just wasn't one of those people. I just pretty much went straight to work after school. I was working during school, but
I feel like now is really just figuring out how to get on set, and once you get on,
that's it.
that's it. Like I feel like
Just get on a set,
get on the set.
meet a couple of people, and be willing to sleep on people's couches and stuff if they let you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the other side of it. You know, it'll test you to see how bad you really want to do certain projects. Like
There's many of times I stayed at a friend's house and I got my blow up in my trunk.
bruh, yeah, like
Where can I set it up?
keep that
And
stuff, man. Like
And I stayed in that. I think I did that. That's the one I did, Trading Spaces, that
Okay.
show. And I was 2 weeks. We did 4 episodes, and I was like, let's go. No, we
Nice.
did 3 episodes. And I was like, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready.
What's your favorite project to work on? Like, what do you want to work on, like film wise? And what position do you want to play? Like, do you want to direct? Do you want to edit? You know, like, what would you want
Oh,
to
that's
do?
such a hard question, because
I
I want to
know,
do it
I
all.
know. You can.
I want to do it all. Like, I love like set dressing. I love set
Okay.
dressing. I did that for Trading Spaces. I was a design assistant, which was great. I got to go thrift shopping and stuff and finding things. It was wonderful. IKEA all day. I was like, I'm getting paid to shop. What? That was
IKEA.
And so I love that. I love to edit too. I'm a video editor, so I like to edit. And I've watched a YouTuber I follow. She does, I don't know if you know the Try Guys, but one of their editors, she has her own channel, and she showed how they do the editing for like one of their segments. And it was just, it's so much because they have so many cameras, and I've never edited on that type of scale. So I would like to like see how that is and editing that. I'm used to editing like, stuff we film for, like, I was working for a school district.
Right.
So we were filming like interviews and
one scene at a time, basically.
Yeah. So it wasn't a lot that we got creative if we had time to.
Sure.
But and then also I've gotten into being more like creative director, like kind of like,
right,
seeing what I want in camera. So maybe a little directing too. So those are my main 3 that I wouldn't mind doing, like set dressing, of course, directing, and just maybe even being in front of the camera. Who knows? As long as I can act crazy.
Yeah, man, that's, you want to be, like I actually like, I like to act too. I forgot to put that on there. Acting, I've done in a few plays. I actually recently scored a role in this. It's a live stage read. It's gonna be like in March of this year.
Okay.
So I played this role of an old man. His name was Tunner Johnson.
Wow.
So yeah, I did that.
That's our real country.
Oh, bro, it was, and I really channeled my
turn the country down. Hey, how you doing?
I channeled my inner granddaddy on that one. So like, for sure,
this is your granddaddy.
This is your granddaddy, bro. That's for real, man. I did that. But I was in the play 10 years ago, and they're revamping it, and so they called me back to rejoin it. So I'm looking forward to that. They sent me the script the other day. I'm gonna start reading it now, like soon, so I can get back into it, see if I still got it or not. So yeah,
that's fun. Yeah, I at least want to try every aspect of film positions, just to see what I really truly like, because even producing is another one. I was taking master class. I don't know if you've seen that. And Shonda Rhimes is on there, and I was taking her master class of how she started.
Do you think that really helps, like this master class? Is it like class, or is it more like a video lecture? More like what?
It's more like a video lecture, but you do get she does have PDFs and stuff, like scripts from Grey's Anatomy that she worked on and stuff like that. So they do have, it's kind of like, I don't know if you ever watched what is that? Creative Live.
Yeah, I have a profile for it.
Yeah, me too. I watched it,
techniques and stuff like that.
Yeah, I watched that when I finished film school, and I was like, well, damn, I could have saved some money and just watched this show. But anyway, that's a whole other thing.
That's kind of how I felt when I finished college. Like, I was like, so what was I here for again? Like,
yeah. I mean, granted, I gotten jobs from some of my teachers that were there, so I'm grateful for that. And Full Sail, I can still go there and get career advice, and they send me Yeah, and I can go on the website and look at jobs and stuff. So that's one good thing about Full Sail. Like you can have your guidance counselor to the very end. They will still keep up with you. They still have stuff. During the pandemic, they had Zoom meetings for people to have a meet and greet and meet people from different walks of life. And I met some people from on there that do film from like New Zealand and stuff like that. So yeah, so they still do stuff for alumni. So that's the good thing about going to that film school, which I'm grateful about.
Yeah, it's all about relationship. That's the big thing. You have to make sure your relationships are like intact and call people back, and you gotta keep that stuff going after the production is over, because like you can easily be kind of blown off in the wind if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Unless you just don't want to do it anymore, which is respectable. But
right.
if you are impressionable, like people will remember you and stuff like that and call you back. That's the goal. Like the goal is to be memorable in a positive manner to where they're like, yeah, we got to call this guy back. But then sometimes the tough parts about film are like living in a weird region where you're undiscovered, because literally it's just because of where you're placed. Like, being in Bama, there's not a lot going on here, but if you drive 2.5 hours east to Atlanta, then you just put yourself in a different realm, because there's so many productions going on over there that you can kind of just jump on some stuff. And so I got to challenge myself to do that more. I get real complacent about doing my own thing, and that's me. Like, I'm hard-headed like that, but shoot, I must like it because I keep doing it to myself. So
obviously you like it because you're still doing it, and and it brings you some type of joy. You wouldn't be doing it if you didn't enjoy it.
Facts. Exactly. Like I would, yeah. Like I can do anything for money, because like I've worked just about every kind of job. Like I worked in a factory, I've worked in retail. I've worked in food. I've done a lot of stuff, man. Like I like to do stuff that's hands-on though. Like I don't really like being cash register is cool to it's like, but it's like you always want to cross train in whatever you're doing. Like what you said, you want to learn every aspect of film. I can't say that that's the same for me. I know that I would handpick what you're saying is I would handpick things. So for me, it would be like camera department, but I'd be cool being a camera PA. Or camera department PA. That's two different things. So the camera PA might be specific to just one camera operator, but then that's technically like an AC, but you just got to make sure that you get those credentials on the call sheet so it counts for your hours or whatever, towards like if you want to jump in the union or just be recognized as being a good AC for somebody. Because if you can assist well, then you'll be shooting before you know it.
Yeah, and I've done that too, and I enjoyed that. I did. I think it was for a food truck race for Food Network, duh.
Yeah.
And they came to Daytona, and I got to work with them, and I was a PA for the camera department, which was so much fun. The guys were great. And of course, I'm the only woman.
Hey, that's even better though. That means they really rock with you.
And it was just, I was the only Black woman as well too.
Of course.
And so
that's what I was saying.
Yeah, and so it was great. And then we had this one shot that I love, that how when the trucks are driving and you get the tire. So I'm driving a van, and he was like, all right, I'm finna unlock the door and get this shot of the van of the truck while it's moving. And I'm like, oh my God.
Right now? Like, ow!
So I'm just like, oh my God. Like, we're on a live street filming the truck driving to the next location, and he's hanging out like with the camera, and we're on the road, and I'm like, he's like, okay, slow down. All right, speed up. All right, now slow down so I can get the back of it. All right, now, and I was like, okay. And
were you on walkie, or was he just yelling this stuff?
No, it was in a van, so he was right there.
Oh, he was right there. Okay,
he was right there. So I'm like, okay, and I'm trying to make sure that we're not blocking traffic.
Bruh. Yeah, I got to do something like that on the one the thing we just did. I got to do that.
Oh,
That was
that's
really
awesome.
great.
It was so much fun. Like it was intense.
Creating live B-roll.
Yes, it was so much fun. I'm like, oh, I love this. And I was like, I'm in Fast and Furious. Oh my God.
Oh.
It was like that was a highlight because it was so much fun because he's just like, all right. And then when I watch it back, I was like, look at what we did.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see like what comes of what we just recently worked on. Like I don't know when it's supposed to release. They haven't, I mean, I guess they don't tell people like that, but
I'm sure they'll let us know so we can
I
promote
hope
it
so.
probably.
Because I want to check it out. I've yet to post anything about me doing it. Like that nobody knew that I was doing it for
I
real.
haven't really posted anything either. I think I posted when we had our rap party. And
Okay.
you wouldn't even tell anyway. It's just me with some
So like
people.
you with some folks.
People.
Because everybody else like did good about posting in the little chat, the private chat thing. Like they did good with that. And I was like, man, I gotta get in more of these photos, man, because I was just so locked in. Like,
yeah,
I was just really focused on trying to create something. Like that's how I do my stuff. Like I get real locked in on my shit, and so I just got zoned in and forgot about the outside world, except for when I'll be like off if we get like a day, because it's pretty grueling, man. Like 6 days, one off. That's pretty rough. 12 hours a day. It ain't no hoe, man. Like you gotta love it, or at least halfway like it. Because if not, it'll make you or break you. So many people left. You know what I mean? Like
I know.
like they either left or got fired or like
I come back. Like I went to Disney to work for Run Disney, and I come back and I'm like, well, where everybody go? Who are these new people?
I'm like, he got fired. So then like these 5 people got hired in his place. It's like, what? I'm like, yeah, bro. Like
it's crazy. But one thing that my teacher has always told me in film school is like, you're representing, if you went to film school, because if you have it on there, you're representing that school. You're also representing yourself.
That's right.
So you have to have set etiquette. Like even if you can't stay up what you're doing, never look like you don't, and never speak it on set. You have.
Who told you that?
I don't remember what teacher told me that, but
nah, we need to know her name. No, I was playing. Yeah, you're right though. That's true. Like never. I ain't gonna say that you can't never say you don't know how to do something.
I'm saying like, don't say you don't like what you're doing. Voicing that on set, like you're a PA. Oh, go buy some trash, and they always have me going back to, what I'm saying, just complaining, because I've had people on set, very verbal, and I'm like, dude, just like
I've seen them.
Get your money and this easy work, like just get
the money. Bro, yeah, I already know. Like,
talk about this later. We talk about this offset, but just do your job and just get it done. And you might move up to somewhere else. Don't like mess up what you're doing now. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
No, yeah, that's me too. Like I was one of those people that was like, okay, I would complain like offset to like family and friends that would listen and shit like that. Or like if we would get up and be like, man, like just talking whatever. But it's like that helps to have a good support system in this world, because you're literally trying to make your living. But then at the same time, you're not really focused on the money as much as so you are the project. So that way the project comes out very well polished. But the stuff that happens, you just be surprised, bro. Like how people really are versus what they present professionally.
Right. Yeah.
I got some stories, but
that's a whole nother episode. We'll have set stories. Okay.
That's a good. I'm down.
Okay.
Put me in. Just let me know when, so I can figure out when to take off work. So yeah, I need to be a part of that, because we all got a story to tell.
I mean, being in this industry, like here's one thing I want to do eventually. I want to actually make a musical about.
Oh, okay.
It was going to be like news, because that's where I first started, was in news, and I would love to make like a musical.
A musical about being on the news,
about working in the
working
news,
in production, or just news period.
About working in the behind the scenes, because you ever watch like a show, they show the behind the scenes of them doing a film, and you're like, that's not what really happens. Like you watch certain things, like that's not what we do. Like when I watch certain news shows, and I'm like, they must got money, because that's not what we do at these local ones that we stay. Like, that's not what we did at my
certain
place.
movements and shot concepts. You like, this ain't the news. Like you used to the news being like somebody like in the middle of the screen, like kind of like how I am right now, like middle of the screen, like no third, but just like, and then no set for real behind them, just at the school, bricks.
Right.
Nothing. And they'd be like, yeah, I saw Darnell and them running and I couldn't believe it. But it's like, you can at least set it up, and then it would have been more believable by the way you built your shot out instead of, just throwing somebody on the camera.
Yeah. So I eventually want to make a musical during that. And then I want to do like a mockery documentary of what we go through, but experiences that we are, and like people from the industry have gone through, like have that on set and make that happen through film, but make it a mockery, a fun mockery, not like really serious, like kind of like what's what's the one that they always make fun of movies?
Rent.
No.
Musicals? Oh, my bad. I was thinking musicals that people make fun of.
No,
it's a big one.
It's anyway, but you feel what I'm saying. It's not to take. I don't want the show to be serious. I want us to know that we're making fun of the industry and have fun with it. You feel what I'm saying?
Make plenty of sense.
Yeah. So that's eventually what I want to do, but I've never like.
What do you feel like is holding you back from starting that process?
The writing.
Oh, okay. So would you want somebody to co-write it with you, or you want to be the sole writer for it?
No, because I feel like if it was just up to me, it would never get done. Because I'll be like,
I feel you on that.
Because you know how is when it's something of yours, like I've written a script before, which I loved it, but I kept going back and I'm like, oh, it's not good enough. And then I keep rereading it and you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like,
you gotta let people read it, man. Just
no, I did.
Oh, and they wouldn't like it?
No, they liked it, but they were like, well, you could change this. And I'm like, oh, okay. So now I got to go back. And then I'm like, well, is it too long? But where do I stop? Like, what would make a good ending? Like, it's just, I would rather have a collaboration with somebody for something like that. Because if I just leave it to myself, then all hell will break loose and I would never get it done. And I'll be like, it's not good enough. I can't do this. And I will psych myself out.
Nah, you can do it.
I can.
You got it.
Help.
I mean, I'm here right now. So I'll be straight up. I'm not a huge fan of musicals at all, but I would be interested in working on one because maybe that would change my perspective on how I really thought about them. And that kind of ties into what you said about doing every aspect of film. Like that's your standpoint. Like, I want to work cross-train myself basically.
Yeah.
And so, but being a PA will do that. Like you'll literally end up working in every department, and then the departments will choose you based on how they felt when you were around them, all that kind of stuff. It's like, it's all relationship-based stuff for real. They just dress it up with business-esque. And you make you try to make you to feel a certain kind of way and all that. But it's like, nah, bro, just get out there and do you. Like, get out there and be yourself. Because I feel like if you would have been on with us longer, you would have ended up being a PC or something like that. Because you definitely have coordination skills and they're good. I didn't worry about anything when you were on set. Dead ass. I was just like, oh, Rick here, we straight. I was like, I know it's gonna be a good day. I'm good. Like,
I appreciate you, man. Like for real, because you helped me out a lot too. Like I ain't gonna call nobody else's name because they government name out there. But but a lot of people really helped out, and that's the one thing I appreciate about being on the set. Like we all like communicated with each other. Like when somebody was upset, I knew I'm like, all right, man, just go take a break for a second.
Yeah, like go
I'll
do
cover
something
for
else.
you. Yeah, I'll cover for you for a few minutes. Just take a breather and go vent over there. And
nothing like
so
running to the store when you have to do a store run for the crew or something. It's like, yeah, can you do this? That way you can just get away.
mm-hmm.
And they'd be like, oh man, thank you so much. It's like, yeah, you good. I can see it all on you, bro. Like, just go away, take 30 to do what you got to do and come unofficially take 30 and do what you got to do to come back. And then that way I can just say you're on a run instead of it being like, oh, I don't know where he is. And then that making more issues. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, that's one thing people don't understand. Like, it's a lot of work.
It really is.
To work this industry and hours and tiredness, and you do it because you love it so much and you love doing what you do. But yes, it's very tiring, and it's not it's not. If a lot of people say, well, you got to get your jobs when you get your jobs, and it's not always going to happen for you. And I'm like, I know that, but that's the risk I take, because if I get a regular job, I'm not going to like it.
That's kind of how I feel. That's always a plight for me, because I go back and forth. I come from working regular schmegular jobs, and then you learn that you can actually make money off of something you like doing. But then the I guess like the cross up, or the almost could be negative part of that, is the valleys of that job. So like peaks are, you got weddings back to back, commercials back to back, and they're literally coming, like you're attracting them at this point where people they're wanting your expertise. But when the valleys come, like COVID, and now everybody got to do it this way, you got to get tested every 10 minutes before you can walk to different parts of the set, or just not even getting work fast enough to pay your bills and stuff like that. That's where it's like, it's gonna test you to see how bad do you love this. Like, that's the part about it that gets me like, ugh. But if you can just hold on, you know what I'm saying, you can make it happen for yourself. It just takes a little bit of determination, planning, and keeping your eyes open, man. Being available. Availability is a big one too. Like, you got and that's tricky too, because that one that we was on, it required me to reschedule like 70% of my schedule. That was hard. But fortunately, I have the people, like my clients and the folks that want to work with me. I don't know, we got a good understanding of relationship and values and stuff like that, and it worked out. But any other time might not have went that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You did.
Well, I would like to thank you for being on my show. It was a good time.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you, and we're gonna have to come back and with set talk. I don't even know what I just called it.
Tales of the set. What was it? Set. I don't know. We're gonna plan that one out though. That's gonna be dope.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to build that one out.
Look, we might need to make it a mini, so like an actual shoot it. Huh?
I'm down, bro. Like, I'm pulling up to the bottom.
Tales of Set Life. Okay.
Tales of Set Life. For real. That's gonna be, yeah.
Because I'm sure you have stories, and I'm sure other people we know have stories of things that happen on set, and I would love to hear it.
I'm gonna do better about writing them down in my journal or something, because I'm bad. I just remember stuff, how it affected me, but for sure, I got you.
All right, so tell the people where they can find you, and when are you coming out with a new episode of your podcast, sir?
Okay, challenge accepted. You can follow and find me at Tac Life Productions is IG, so that's at Tac Life, TACLIFE Productions. That's on IG. I have a Facebook page as well. It's basically like facebook.com/Tac Life Productions, and we have previews of things that we've done there, work there, so to speak. And I have a Vimeo page as well, but the Vimeo is in the link. Is a link on our Instagram page. You can just click it and go to it and check out stuff we got there. As for the podcast, that's the Lemon Water Chronicles podcast. That the next episode is coming out, I would say, like in the next couple months. So it's probably going to be like a mega drop thing where it's like 2 or 3 episodes put not all on one stream, but like back to back to back. And I may take a break from it for a while to kind of like reassess and figure out how we're going to reapproach that. But 2023 looks good for it. We do have some people that we've already got booked for a couple of shows to be recorded. So that's going to be hard. That's going to be hot too. So
awesome. I'm glad you're going to get back into your podcasting. Because once you like stop for a little while, you like, okay.
Well, it's hard to come back.
Yeah. I
it's
know.
Real hard to come back. That's how it is with film too. Like if you don't work for like a month, but you put your money, you save your money well, and you're okay, it's tough coming back, man, because you're dealing with those personalities all over again and new people that you didn't know about that might suck or be awesome.
Yeah, you don't know what you're going to get until you get there. And that's the crazy thing about being in film. You just don't know. Even day to day, if you even know the people, they might change in the middle of it. So you never know. So it's fun and also stressful and also educational.
Absolutely. All those things in one. No arguments.
So thank you so much for being on my show. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
And, anytime you want to come back on this podcast, Becoming a ... podcast, or, my other podcast, Thick Girl Thoughts, you're more than welcome.
Can I come back tomorrow?
No.
Okay,
all right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening, for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, Becoming a ... podcast is on my YouTube page, Ricki Edits Life Media. That's everywhere on Instagram, on TikTok, on Snapchat, on Facebook. I am there, Ricki Edits Life Media, RICKI. And then, of course, Thick Girl Thoughts is my other podcast. And that's more, off the cuff, random, fun things that we talk about. And that is on YouTube as well, Thick Girl Thoughts. And Instagram is RELM podcast, RELM.podcast. And that is where I host Becoming and Thick Girl Thoughts together, all in one sexy little podcast. Instagram. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Anyway,
all on one plate.
All you can eat. I don't know.
Like a buffet.
It is. Why am I getting in this voice? Anyway, my country voice. All right, y'all. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. We will talk to you next time. As always, be you, be wonderful, be the light in someone's world, and just keep swimming. Okay. All right.